Hey, just want to make a quick little video on the Demon King battle mode. Um, because a lot of the videos I see that are like guides and everything are requiring very specific teams that not necessarily everybody has, right? For instance, like Albedo. I don't have Albedo, right? So I had to get kind of creative and think of some teams for myself to run. Um, and so I'm gonna go over them. They're pretty free to play friendly, I think. There's maybe a couple characters that you don't necessarily have if you started playing this year or very recently, right? But I think for the most part, most players will be able to make these teams. So this is the first team, pretty common team I think that a lot of people have seen being run. This melee is very, very good for the mode. He just has like a really, really high amount of damage. Gowther, of course, buffs your team attack related stats by a lot. He also has a rank up. Melee also ranks himself up. Then you have Diane, who's a great tank, and also very important is that she has this ult remove card, and it's very important that you are able to control his ult level because on phase 2, if he ults you, he basically just wipes you. King, also she has a stance, so you want to have all the different card types, of course. King has the green card, or oops, sorry, this is passive. He has the green card, which obviously is a cleanse and also um, is one of the card types that you could need, right? So you have all the card types and everything. What you don't have though is any attack related stats buffs, and that's very important because as we go over here, we'll see. Um, in phase 1, he has this card, which inflicts damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies, disables effects of all skills including ultimate moves, and deletes 3 skills from the pool. Um, but it misses when attacking enemies with attack related stats increase effect. So you want to make sure that your team has, or at least one of your team has a, what's it called? Attack related stats increase, because well, the thing is you can also play around it because you'll see he only uses, no, sorry, that's the wrong one. Curse Illusion, he uses it every 2 turns, so he'll use it every other turn. He won't use it every single turn, right? So you can sort of play around it. And that's sort of the whole point of this second team. So this is going to be your main damage team, and this is your second team. And using Kizuna, we are able to apply attack-related stats to our team and avoid it. If you don't have the characters to make one of these teams, you can substitute it out with this third team here. I don't use this team. I don't have any of these characters leveled up, right? So I won't really be able to like showcase it or anything. But yeah, this team can also work. If you have like this team, all the characters run this team, it's great. But maybe you don't have this team. Instead of running this exact team, swap him out for Lost Vein Meliodas. That's gonna be a good team because Lost Vein will be able to give himself attack related stats whenever he gets crit. And even if only one character on your team has the attack related stats, they the card will still miss your whole team. So that's very important. This team also has almost every type of skill. It doesn't have any green, right? So it might be a bit of a problem if you're running this team or this team, but you'll probably just have to reset a couple times and you'll be fine. Um, but yeah, this team is very good and I think very slept on. I haven't really seen anybody else talking about this team. But this Arthur gives you 40% HP because it's 10% per human ally and you have 4, so 40. He also gives you crit defense and everything. Bond gives you another 20% HP related stats and a 20% damage reduction on you, which is very good. Escanor, his passive actually works in the thing, so he will be applying the flames, which will increase the damage that Demon King takes by 15% each. So you can get up to like 60% increased damage taken. Escanor himself also hits very, very hard. Kizuna buffs your team a whole lot. She also cleanses your team. She also gives your team like a bunch of buffs. She's really, really good. Card set wise, of course, run this one. If you don't have all these cards, then just run the or sorry, if you don't have all these cards, just run like your highest attack or highest CC cards. But this is very good, and I mean this team is not really your main damage team, so it's not necessarily so important. You can also run. Let me find it. This one here, this one, the 4th anniversary one, to make your team more tanky. You can also run that one. I don't necessarily think it's better, but this team is sort of just there as like a backup to your main team. Your main team is going to be doing the damage with this melee. But yeah. In terms of substitutes, like if you were missing one of these characters, you can't really replace any of these characters. Bond can be replaced though. For a while, I used They obviously need to be human for Escanor. Like, so you could use Roxy. Um, maybe you could even use like Ragnarok Bond. I'm not too sure. Uh, oh yeah, for a while I used this blue SR Gila because she has a green card, so that also is very good. And but you can't replace Kizuna. She's very important for this team. She's kind of the whole point of the team. Same thing with Escanor. And in terms of this Arthur, you can't really run the red one instead because again, as I said with Diane, he has this ultimate remove, and you definitely want to make sure that he doesn't ult you. Then in terms of this team, just running the 7 Deadly Sins cards. If you don't have either of the cards, that's actually you can just run the Artifact Wish event that's going on right now. But yeah, gears wise, I'm just running HP defense on everybody except for Melly. Melly's on attack crit, and then over here Escanor's on attack crit and Bond is on attack crit. But yeah, that should be it. I'll go ahead and buy this, and I'll get into I guess a couple games, probably like 2. We'll just run attack food. If you find that you're dying like a lot, you know, I guess make sure that all your characters are leveled up, and then I guess you could also run like crit defense food, like it gives you 30%. That's pretty good. But damage is the most important thing here, so we'll just run attack food. Yeah, and then the order is important as well. Like this should be Team A and this should be Team B, and you'll see why in a second. Basically, it's because of the way that it works. With him always going first. So he'll go first, he'll apply a debuff to us, and Melly will cleanse that off, activate his passive, and rank up his own cards. And then we're going to swap over to this team, because if you remember, his Cursed Pollution, or whatever it was called, I think it was called Cursed Pollution. Basically the one that disables us, right, the AoE disable. We're gonna swap over to the other team, since that'll be right before his second attack, right, because every 2 turns. So this one, not going to use it, next turn he will, so we'll have to prepare for that. So yep, cleanse off 1 debuff from everybody, rank up his own cards. Then we'll swap over here. It'll let me swap over here. And we'll use this card. This keys in an attack card. And that'll give everybody attack related stats, so you'll miss me. And then, yeah, we can just use Bond's card here. Bond's damage is very disappointing in this, because you can't apply debuffs to him. So obviously his own passive, or sorry, his ult passive actually, is not going to give him any extra damage, right? And then also his card, which is like does more damage per debuff, and so you know doesn't really do any more damage. And also you can't guarantee the crits with his debuff. Relics wise, I would say, yeah, I guess the relics are pretty free to play friendly. Like Escanor's relic, obviously, you get it from Bird. His is also from Bird. Hers is a collab relic, so it's basically free. And then his is from Bird, his is from Deer. I don't necessarily think like their relics are required. On the human team, I think the relics are required, but these 2 relics aren't required. Diane's relic, I don't necessarily know if I'd say it's required, but it is very, very good, right? If you can run it, definitely do, because it's very good, right? So yeah, we'll follow the steps here, stun him, and then we'll get the attack increase on everybody. And actually, I don't necessarily know if it was right to rank up Melly there. I could have ranked somebody else up because he would have got his cards ranked up anyway. Okay, yeah, maybe it would have been better to rank up Diane actually. Okay, so next phase we're gonna have the debuffs, so you can swap back and forth as much as you want, by the way. So yeah, we have 2 debuffs ready, so we'll be able to complete that. But here we'll go ahead and stance up, and then actually, so this is a turn when he's going to use his disable. So he's also gonna ult, which is something to keep in mind. The first phase, if he ults you, it's actually fine. Like, he doesn't really do that much damage. So I'll go ahead and use him. We use the cards. I suppose it's not necessarily the most important thing ever, but just like if you want to maximize your damage, use this card first. Yeah, see, a lot of damage. use the other card first, because this one doesn't hit as hard. Like, doesn't even hit nearly as hard. And you'll have the more defense downs if you use the other one first, right? Yeah, so it's gonna apply that blackout. It's fine because Melly will just cleanse this off of us, so we'll still be able to use our cards. But yeah, this is gonna hit us as well. Which this we don't want to get hit by this, because obviously, you know, not good. And well, there goes our cards, deleted. We could kill him right here, I think. Right, like this is probably gonna hit hard enough to kill him. Plus I have the debuffs, but you won't necessarily have it, so let's just try to go. Oh, right, yeah. So You don't want to kill him here. You don't want to kill him here. You want to stun him and then kill him, right? Because um, basically for phase 2 you want to have a lot of like high rank cards, right? So I'll go ahead and I will use. I guess we'll use this, and then 2 debuffs. Use these. But yeah, so you want to have a lot of high rank cards, so you don't want to kill him right now. You want to kill him the turn after this, because when you follow the rules and you stun him, all of your cards will rank up, right? Yeah, perfect. So that's gonna stun him, and everybody's gonna get ranked up. Perfect. And now I'll be more prepared for phase 2 basically. Yeah, it doesn't matter what that says now because we'll just kill him. I'm pretty sure the slam will kill. Let me also swap back over here, see what we're. Yeah, this team, unfortunately, like there's not really anything you can do with the debuff. Like I could cleanse it off here. Like 1 million. I don't know if Melly's gonna have enough damage to kill that. Plus, it's good to save the cards, right? So I guess we'll just go ahead and kill him here. Yeah, I'll apply this. The slam is almost certainly going to kill him. Right? Which he had 1.3 million. Yeah, Escanor's gonna kill him, no problem. Right? There's only 2 of the effects on him, but this guy hits really hard. There you go. This guy does hit very hard, very, very good. And that's only with 2 of the effects, right? And he does like 40% extra damage or something for every one on him. So yeah, he's very good. Level 1, level 2, level 2. So what we want to do is like, so we can see here that we have like level 2s ready and level 1s ready. So we're gonna want to save these, right? And what he does in this phase is he does like a single target. I think is it this one? Yeah, this one. Decrease your skill ranks. So anybody that he hits with that is going to get their skill ranks decreased. So either we want to stance, so that our other cards don't get like decreased ranks, or we want to just swap teams. Like I don't have a stance ready, so I'll just swap teams to this one, and then we'll still make sure that we have our cards for the next phase when he does this, right? So I'll go ahead and now I can cleanse. I suppose I'll just do my damage now. Yeah, I suppose. Not like really much else to do with this team right now. Right. Sometimes your human team will just carry you damage-wise, but usually it'll be this guy. Right. Obviously our damage is not very good right there because we haven't necessarily built up, right? Like we don't have the. Yeah, maybe it was a bit dumb to to use his cards, because they're my high rank cards, right? Okay, it was a little bit dumb to use his cards. Oops. We should be fine though. We'll just use the other team. But yeah, definitely something to be careful. Make sure you're being smart with your moves because, like, it can definitely snowball. Actually, you know what? I could do it with this team right now. Yeah. So obviously we saved these cards, so we could do it. But if you notice over here, I can actually beat these conditions with this card, right? Level 1, level 2, level 2. So let's go ahead and do that because what's good about that is that it's going to rank all of our cards up over here, so that this team will actually be useful. But yeah, you have to definitely be careful. If you mess it up, right, like early, it can just sort of snowball into later because, you know, if you mess up the cards on this team, right, then you're not gonna get those rank ups for later, and then your stuff is kind of just gonna be like permanently messed up. So yeah, so we have our attack buffs and everything. I guess we can save this for next turn then. But these guys over here, they have a lot more better. They have a lot more HP, so they'll be more tanky. Suppose we can go ahead and do that and attack him, and he doesn't have his ult yet, so I just want to save this card for when he does get his ult, and you know we just use these cards. I don't have any Escanor cards unfortunately, and he's the one that does all the damage, right? Bond's damage is quite disappointing, even with all these buffs, right? You know, he's doing what was it, like a third of what Escanor did? It's not like he does no damage, but yeah. Oh, and also these corrosions. Basically, you get one on yourself every single time you attack. And also you get 5 applied to you right when you enter into this phase. Don't die. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. I'll just swap to the other team anyway. I definitely don't want her to die though. Okay. Yeah, sometimes he can hit you pretty hard. But yeah, we'll be fine. Let's go over here. And level 2. level 1, level 2. And the next phase actually will get the buffs, and I should be able to kill with melee, no problem. Yeah, just as long as you don't let him ult you, and you're following the rules, you should be fine. Right. Just gonna go ahead and stun him, and then yeah, now I have these 2 melee cards, and melee just does so much damage. So I'll be able to ult, attack. Yeah, I suppose let's just do that near here, and that'll wrap this one up. 2 million on the ult, and then each of these is probably gonna be like another 2 million plus. Never mind, I'm trolling. 1.4, that's it. Oh yeah, what I was saying about the corrosions. If you want to get rid of the corrosions, doing the full effect and stunning him will actually remove the corrosions. We're gonna get wiped here, by the way. So I suppose this is gonna be a fail. I guess I'll leave it in just so you know. I'll probably, I don't know. If we kill him here, I'll leave it in. Otherwise we might have to just restart, because you want to know what to do and not what to not do necessarily, right? But yeah, actually we can level 1, level 2, level 3 right here, because Kizuna ranks herself up, right? So that'll be level 1, then this will become a level 2, this will become a level 3. So we should be able to do good damage here after we stun him. Bond's ult can hit hard, like it can hit around like 1 million, but yeah, he's definitely not where most of your damage comes from. You're getting your Escanor's your guy here, and luckily we have a level 2 for him. But and this is so annoying. He's gonna remove all of these buffs from himself, which is really dumb. But what can you do, right? So, I mean, I guess I could attack with that. This is gonna do more damage than any keys in those cards or anything. So, yeah, that's with no buffs, unfortunately. Yeah, see, 1.8. Wow, that did more than I thought. But that's also 6/6, so I wouldn't necessarily expect to do the same results if I was you guys. Oh wow, that did more than I thought. Oh yeah, we got Escanor's ult. That's GG. So I guess barely beat it, but yeah, learn from my mistakes. She doesn't really matter. Like Escanor's ult is all we need. It'll do like I don't actually know necessarily how much damage it would do. I'm curious though. Maybe predict like around 2 million damage. I have used it before and it did like 2.4. Yeah, okay, 1.7. But yeah, no problem. Well, I wouldn't say no problem because we did only just barely beat it. But also I was being dumb. Like, if you get more lucky and you don't, what do you call it? And you don't like forget about the ult. Like I totally forgot about the ult. I thought Melly would kill, but he didn't. So yeah, if you're just a bit smarter, yeah, you should have no problem. I guess I'll run another one. Yeah, so this was my second run. It was a lot cleaner than the first one, like of course, because of course the one where I'm explaining things and doing the commentary over it, and it's like, yeah, that's gonna be the one that I mess everything up and I just barely pass through. This is a lot more cleaner, and I mean, this is probably what your runs are gonna look like if you have everybody leveled up and everything. So yeah, just it's sped up because you've already seen it. If you need more explanations, you can just go back, explain everything. But yeah, just one little hiccup at the end, I suppose. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, so here, um, basically, I sort of overestimated my damage, and I ended up not killing him, which obviously, that meant that I didn't follow any of the conditions, so he would have, messed me up on the following turn, so I just restarted my game. If you don't know how to do that, it works in Demonic Beast, and also I think here's Arena. You just pause your game and close it, and then reopen it. It says, do you want to continue battle? You say yes, and you pop back in. You have to make sure you pause it during your turn, though. Um, if you do it during his turn, so like if it swaps over and says enemy turn, when you reload the game, it'll just be his turn, and so you'll have messed up and you'll have to live with that. But yeah, um, yeah. So it just ended up taking like one extra turn here, just follow the conditions. But obviously this was a lot more clean than my first run, um, which yeah, I guess this is what like most of my runs look like. Like I've cleaned this like enough times that I have enough coins for or stones or whatever they're called for like all the characters, right? So I like, and so, of course, as soon as I start recording, that's when it messes up. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let me know if you want to see any more videos. I guess any more guides. I might do demonic beasts, but I think those are pretty like well explained. I think there's a lot of videos on that. I guess maybe if there's anything more niche that needs an explanation, um, I guess just say it in the comments, and I'll probably see if I can maybe make a video on it. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys.